people all around decided in neighborhoods that they'd like to have their own separate swimming pools. And Cockeysville was no exception. There was although it was a group from Towson that really started well, it was originally 5 businessmen who I don't know because I never had any contact with them. They wanted to build a pool, and they were going to buy the property from Ben Dean, who owned 20, almost 30 acres. Ben was working for me at the time. He had been a contractor that had come to work for me. He was also wound up being in charge of the Maryland National Guard. So Ben had a nice history of himself. So Ben agreed to sell him that land, and they decided, and they got about 50 members together and decided not to go ahead with it. So the 50 members said, and in the meantime, we had, as my company, had designed the pool and the building necessary to go along with the pool, and we were ready to build. And the 50 members said, or the leaders of them said, would you build a pool for us? I don't care who I build the pool for, as long as I build the pool and get paid, it's fine. So we went into a contract with them and built a pool. And but there was a problem. They got up to about 200 members, and and just couldn't seem to get any more members. And that wasn't near enough to pay for the pool and the property and operations. So that was in 1960 that we finished the pool. The first year the pool was in operation was 1960. And after 2 years, they had really made no progress in getting new members, and it didn't seem as if they were interested in getting new members, because it was very nice. They had this pool. It wasn't going to go away, I guess they thought. But, so I went to them and I said, look, this isn't working out. You haven't paid me, and there's a couple of subcontractors that haven't been paid. So how about you? And I actually took out a mortgage of $100,000, I remember that. And to help them, so I said, look, you owe me the $100,000 and some still on the contract. Let's make a deal here. You give us, we'll set up a corporation with a couple of people that, along with myself, but I'm the major one. You give us the pool and the ground, and we'll make special membership for you 200, and we'll take over all the operations of the members. So that's how it changed hands then. And then some of that freewheeling spirit, I guess, that we found out and talked about earlier, non-conforming or whatever you want to call it, we changed the method of getting memberships. And lo and behold, we were successful at doing it. And the club membership grew to a point where, wow, it did pay its bills. And we actually got to a point where we said, you know what, got enough interest here that we should build a separate pool for teaching and having races. So we built another pool. All of this time, though, it didn't have to get 50 members to vote on what to do. It was, you know, the questions and answers started here. So we built that pool, and it really worked. We had a attracted a lot of kids who wanted to swim competitively. And we started to have races. Interestingly enough, for 9 years, Padonia didn't win a race, not a meet, didn't win one. And so on the 9th year, but the coach was there, he doing his job, and he was doing the best that he could, and he was doing a good job with what he had to work with. But Padonia was a little remote from most of the neighborhoods. So we finally were swimming against Delaney, and Delaney had a good team, and this year we had a pretty good team, and we finally scored with 1 point in our favor when we left there, and they demanded a recount. By the time our team got back to our club, we had lost by 1 point. But that was the end of our losing streak. Since then, we have been winning hands over fist.
Excellent.
And the club has grown a great deal, and we thought we were doing a good job, but we didn't find out how good until Grace Church wanted to buy it. And there were every neighborhood group around, it seemed like, came down on us. They did. You can't do this. And it was a big time fight. There were kind of meetings all over the place. We finally found out that we were pretty important in this community, and so we fortunately. And the only reason we agreed to sell it to them was they were willing to pay at least 3 times what we thought it was worth, and how could we turn that down? But we were really happy that they did not go through with the deal. And so we're once again having victorious teams and people having a good time. There are people that we now have third generation people coming back.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Great for the community.
Yeah.
Really great. I will tell you one thing, that my wife loved it.
Oh, good.
We were members for a long time, and